Hello and welcome to the Art and Science of Influencing for Busy Executives and Managers. I'm Helena Nyman, the founder and president of Nyman Consulting and the Executive Center of Excellence and a best-selling author. Today we are looking at part 1 of 9 of the Art and Science of Influencing for Busy Executives. Let's take a look at the overview of the 9 parts. A fact is, to lead, you must be able to influence others to think, speak, act, and feel differently. What is influence? Influence is both science and art. It is science because certain principles apply in almost any influence situation, certain strategies prove to be effective time and time again, and certain behaviors work better than others. On the other hand, influencing is also an art. For example, reading other people, thinking creatively, and responding spontaneously to others' concerns and issues. Let me introduce you to the 7 principles of influence. This section introduces 7 principles that enable influence. Principle 1. Set goals. Without the goal, you don't know where you are going, how to get there, or if you have succeeded. This section provides examples of effective influence objectives. Principle 2. Assess the situation. The more you know about the other person's motivations, as well as your own, the more likely you are to achieve your goal. Principle 3. Find a hook. Once you understand the situation, there are 5 hooks that you can use to influence others. Some work better than others in different situations. This section provides an overview of each. Principle 4. Structure the approach. Influencing others requires careful planning. This section provides a tool to help you effectively prepare to influence the other person. Principle 5. Plan for the worst. Despite our best intentions, things sometimes go wrong. This section reminds you to plan for the worst and be prepared to extricate yourself from difficult situations. Principle 6. Rehearse. You have a much greater chance of uncovering flaws in your strategy and avoiding ineffective comments if you rehearse your approach before attempting it live. Principle 7. Create an influencing campaign. Most leaders must influence many people within an organization to accept new ideas and recommendations. Once we have revealed the 7 principles of the art and science of influencing, we will reveal the scientific influencing formula during part 9 of this course. Let me give you some facts about influencing. Fact 1. People do things for their reasons, not your reasons. The key to influencing another person is to connect what you want with reasons, incentives, possibilities, interests, and commitments that matter to him or her. If you want your colleague to join you for Chinese food, you can talk about your craving for Chinese food. However, you have a much better chance of influencing her to join you if you talk about things that matter to her. For example, her interest in trying new things, her love of spicy food, or her desire to get away from the office. Principle number 2. Most leaders forget the first principle and constantly need to be reminded of it. Time and again, executives forget that people do things for their reasons. As a result, other people perceive them to be poor listeners, overly aggressive, manipulative, and/or coercive. Keep reminding yourself of the first principle until it becomes a habit. Principle number 3. If you don't explicitly ask for what you want, you probably won't get it. Influence happens through explicit conversations. No one can read your mind, and few people can read between the lines. Fact number 4. Influence happens one person at a time. You can't influence Congress, the company, the board, or them. However, you can influence Senator Joe Smith, the Vice President of Marketing, or the Chairman of the Finance Committee. Influence happens person by person, conversation by conversation. Fact number 5. Take 100% responsibility for your impact on others. Just because you intend to get a point across doesn't mean you succeed. Leaders take full responsibility for failing to have the impact that they intend to have. Rather than blame the other person for not getting it, rather than becoming self-righteous, they adjust their approach and style. Fact number 6. Build relationships while getting results. Some people push so hard for results when influencing others that they come across as obnoxious, pushy, and dictatorial, damaging relationships with their forcefulness. Others tiptoe so softly when influencing others that they avoid productive conflict and tough issues. In their effort to preserve relationships, they sacrifice results. Effective influences strengthen relationships at the same time that they get results. Fact number 7. In influence, as in life, there are no guarantees. When you attempt to influence another person, you might succeed or you might fail. If you fail, you might try again with a different approach, or you might decide to pick another battle. The most effective influencers do not take rejection personally. Rather, they realize that there are no guarantees, brush themselves off, learn how to do better next time, and move forward. With this, we conclude part 1 of 9 of our Art and Science of Influencing course, and I hope you enjoyed what you heard so far, and you will join us for part 2.